This one is for the healers. You're exhausted, your body is tired, you get into bed, close your eyes, and your mind starts racing. Here's what nobody's told you. Your racing mind at night isn't a sleep problem. It's your nervous system trying to process all the emotional intensity that you held all day with nowhere to put it. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why your mind won't stop at night, what it's actually trying to do, and what needs to happen during the day to let your mind rest at night. I'm Dr. Oscar Perez, the Soul Recovery Specialist. I work specifically with black sheep healers, visionaries, and entrepreneurs who can't sleep because their minds won't stop. And I can tell you, your racing mind isn't random. It's your nervous system trying to complete a process that you didn't finish during the day, and it won't let you sleep until it does. I'm going to show you the 5 reasons that your mind races at night and what actually allows it to finally rest. Your mind is trying to process emotional intensity that you absorbed but never discharged. All day, you hold space for clients' trauma, grief, anxiety, rage. Your nervous system absorbs all of that emotional intensity. In sessions and in meetings with clients, you contain it professionally. You stay present, regulated, focused, but you never discharge what you absorbed. There's no outlet, no release. At night, when external demands quiet down, your system finally tries to process what it's been holding. The racing mind is your nervous system attempting to complete the emotional digestion that you didn't do during the day. Here's what your racing mind is actually doing. It's processing all of the pain that you held, but never released. Every healer with nighttime racing thoughts describes the same pattern to me. Their mind loops through client sessions, replays conversations, obsesses over moments from the day. They think it's worry or anxiety, but it's actually their nervous system trying to metabolize the emotional and energetic intensity that they absorbed, because they never gave it time or space to do that during the day. Imagine eating a huge meal but never digesting it. Your stomach would be full, uncomfortable, unable to rest. Your body would keep working on it, churning, processing, trying to break it down. Well, that's what happens with emotional intensity. You ate or absorbed everyone's emotions all day long, but you never digested it. You never processed or discharged it. At night, your system is still trying to digest. And that is the racing mind. Does your racing mind specifically replay client sessions, conversations where you held the intensity, or moments when you absorbed others' emotions? That's unprocessed absorption trying to complete itself. But it's not just about processing. There's another reason your mind won't stop. Your nervous system is still in on-duty mode, and it hasn't received permission to stand down. As a black sheep turned healer, your nervous system stays in hyper-vigilant holding mode all day, scanning, attuning, ready to respond. This is necessary for your work, and it was necessary for your survival. You need to be alert to subtle cues, emotional shifts, client needs. But when your day ends, your nervous system doesn't automatically turn off. It's still scanning, still vigilant, still on duty, waiting for the next thing to hold. So your racing mind is in hypervigilance, running in the background with no task to focus on. Your mind won't stop because your nervous system doesn't know that it can actually relax and let things go. Now, black sheep turned healers describe feeling like they can't turn it off. They leave the office, go home, get in bed, but they're still internally on, still alert, still ready to hold space or manage threats. Their nervous system never received the signal that it's safe to stand down, so it keeps working. It keeps scanning for threats and problems, things that need attention. Your nervous system is like a security guard working the night shift. During the day, the guard is still vigilant, still scanning for threats, staying alert, ready to respond. But at the end of the shift, if the guard never clocks out, never gets relieved, they just keep working, walking the building, checking the doors, staying alert, even though there's nothing to guard anymore. That is your racing mind. Your guard never clocked out. Your racing mind isn't anxiety. It's your nervous system still working the shift that you never officially ended. And here's what makes this even worse. You go from high activation in sessions to bed with no transition. So your system has no off-ramp. Most of the black sheep turned healers that I work with go from seeing clients, which is high nervous system activation, directly to evening tasks, then straight to bed. There's no transition period where your nervous system can downregulate. It's like driving 70 miles per hour on the highway, then immediately trying to park. Your system is still moving. Your body gets into bed, but your nervous system is still running at session speed. Without an off-ramp, your mind keeps racing because your system hasn't had time to slow down. You're trying to sleep while your nervous system is still going 70 miles an hour. When I ask healers, what do you do between your last client and getting into bed? Most of them say, well, make dinner, check emails, handle tasks, then maybe scroll on my phone, then go to bed, maybe scroll on my phone in bed. There's no intentional downregulation. They grow from holding intense activation to horizontal, expecting their system to instantly sleep, and it can't. The activation is still there. Imagine running a marathon, crossing the finish line, and immediately lying down and expecting yourself to go to sleep. Your heart is still racing, your muscles are still activated, your system is still in performance mode. You can lie still, but your body won't rest. It needs time to come down. That's what happens when you go from sessions and navigating people's emotional and energetic intensity to bed with no transition. Your nervous system needs an off-ramp. So ask yourself, do you finish your last session or task and go straight into the evening without intentional downregulation? Is there zero transition between work mode and rest mode? Do you get into bed and feel like your body is still on? If the answer is yes to all three, you're missing the off-ramp that your nervous system needs. Now, here's the part that really matters. If this is making sense, if you're seeing why your mind won't stop, subscribe for more on nervous system regulation for black sheep turned healers, visionaries, and entrepreneurs. And sign up for a soul recovery consultation. The link is in the description. Your mind is trying to solve problems that don't have mental solutions. Your racing mind often fixates on client situations, sessions, things that you said or didn't say. It's trying to figure out how to help them better, what you should have done differently. But the problem isn't mental. It's that you absorbed their activation and you haven't discharged it from your body. Your mind thinks that if it can solve the mental puzzle, the discomfort will go away. But no amount of thinking will discharge somatic activation. You need embodied release, not mental solutions. Your mind is trying to think its way out of something that lives in your body. So black sheep turned healers tell me that their minds loop on the same thoughts. Did I say the right thing? Could I help them move? What if they're struggling right now? They think that if they can figure it out mentally, they'll feel better. But this is them wrestling with what we call the predators of the mind. The discomfort isn't cognitive, it's somatic. And it's somatic activation that needs physical discharge, not mental resolution. Imagine that you have a rock in your shoe and your mind starts problem solving. Why does my foot hurt? Did I walk wrong? Should I change my gait? Should I change my shoes? It keeps analyzing, thinking, and trying to solve things mentally. But the problem isn't mental. There's a physical rock in your shoe. You need to stop walking and remove the rock, not think about it more. Your racing mind is the same. It's trying to mentally solve somatic activation. Remove the activation from your body and your mind stops spinning. Notice what your mind obsesses about at night. Is it trying to mentally solve situations or review your performance? That's your mind trying to think away activation that needs to be physically discharged. So what actually allows your mind to rest? Here's what changes everything. Your mind will quiet when your body discharges what it's holding. Your racing mind will persist as long as your unprocessed activation lives in your body. The solution isn't better sleep hygiene or nighttime meditation, it's daytime discharge. You need to intentionally release absorbed emotional intensity before bed. This means movement, breath work, shaking, vocalization, intentional grounding, practices that complete the stress cycle, that allow your body to discharge the energetic burden that you've taken on. That will finally give your body permission to rest. You can't meditate your mind quiet. You have to discharge your body first. The healers, visionaries, and entrepreneurs that I work with, whose racing minds finally quiet down, they don't do it with sleep apps or with bedtime routines. They do it by implementing post-session discharge practices during the day. So by the time they get to bed, their system is actually complete. The activation is released. The mind has nothing left to process. So you have to stop trying to quiet your mind through mental techniques. You have to stop going straight from work mode to bed mode with no transition. And you have to stop expecting your mind to rest when your body is still activated emotionally and energetically. You have to start practices to discharge that built up energy throughout the day. You have to set an intentional off-ramp between work and rest. And you have to start doing somatic release practices before bed. So if the racing mind starts, get up and physically discharge that energy. Here's a practice that actually lets your mind rest. The key to quieting your nighttime racing mind is discharging absorbed activation during the day, specifically after intense sessions or meetings and before bed. This practice combines immediate post-session discharge, which completes the stress cycle right away, an evening off-ramp, which transitions your nervous system out of work mode, and emergency nighttime discharge, if your racing mind starts despite daytime practice. This works because the post-session discharge prevents activation from accumulating in your body. Evening off-ramp gives your nervous system time to downregulate before bed. And the nighttime discharge completes any remaining activation if your mind is still racing. So your mind quiets because your body has nothing left to process. You're addressing the root cause, which is somatic activation, rather than the symptom, which are the racing thoughts. Think of your nervous system like a pressure cooker. All day, you're adding pressure. You're absorbing emotional intensity. If you never release the steam valve, by nighttime, the pressure is maxed out, and your racing mind is the cooker rattling, trying to release pressure. The solution isn't to tell a cooker to be quiet. The solution is to release the pressure release valve, to do it regularly throughout the day, so that by nighttime, there's no pressure left to rattle you. So starting today, implement this 3-part discharge. After every important client session or meeting, you are going to stand up and shake your arms and legs vigorously for 30 seconds. You're going to take 5 deep breaths with audible exhales, so you can sigh or groan or vocalize. Then you're going to place your hands on a wall or desk and push hard while breathing and say out loud, "I release what's not mine. That was theirs to carry, not mine." Do 10 jumping jacks or 30 seconds of movement. And then notice, does the intensity in your body decrease? Do this after every intense session or meeting. Don't let the activation accumulate. In the evening, create an intentional downregulation transition. Go outside and take about 10 minutes of movement. So walk, shake, stretch, anything that moves your body. Then do 5 minutes of grounding. Sit or stand, barefoot. Say, "My day is complete. I release holding mode. It is safe to rest now." Take 10 breaths, count to 4 in and 4 out. And notice how your body shifts and how your nervous system downregulates. Now, if you get into bed and your mind won't stop, don't lie there trying to fight it. Get up again, stand, and shake your entire body for 1 to 2 minutes. This is an ancient Taoist technique. It's a Qigong practice that is called 1,000 shakes. And it's something that allows you to release any excess energy in your body. So do that. Take 10 deep breaths. Notice how your body feels and return to bed. Don't try to think your way out of the racing mind. Discharge the energy and the mind will follow. This post-session discharge prevents activation from accumulating. And the evening off-ramp gives your system time to transition out of work mode. And if you need it, the nighttime discharge completes stress cycles in your body that your body is trying to finish. So somatic release, not mental techniques, address the root cause. Your mind quiets because there's nothing left to process in your body. And track this for 2 weeks. If you want to understand more about why this happens and how it works, and you haven't yet, then pick up a copy of my book, The Flowering War. In The Flowering War, I explain how excess energy in your body rises to your mind and creates that racing mind. So your racing mind is trying to complete what hasn't been completed during the day. It's trying to help you digest the energetic and emotional burdens that you've absorbed. Stop trying to quiet your mind mentally. Start discharging it somatically. And when your body has fully released that excess energy, your mind will finally rest. Subscribe for more on nervous system regulation and somatic discharge for black sheep turned healers, visionaries, and entrepreneurs. And if you're ready for more support in creating sustainable discharge practices that actually let you sleep and gather your energy for a bigger impact, sign up for a soul recovery consultation. Your racing mind has a message. Let's help your body complete it.